At that time, parliamentary sitting was part-time. Nobody became a member of the parliament full-time, that you sit 4 times in a year and you earn 29 million naira. No. You take over the resources of these localities all over the country. And let me quickly disabuse the minds of those who think that it is only the Niger Delta alone that is blessed, that is rich, that can sustain itself. It's a lie. For so long, they've been mining Zamfara. They've been mining gold in Zamfara and other precious stones, destroying the ecology. They've been doing it. They are still doing it. In Ilesha, go there and see what Chinese are doing through some of your traditional rulers there. Mining gold. Go to Owo and see what they have how they have destroyed the place through Ministry of Solid Minerals and what have you. Any government, any state government which is desirous of having 50 local governments should be free to do so for as long as you don't depend on federal allocation. If these local entities are viable, if you allow them to explore their resources, if you allow them to make use of their resources and they pay royalty to the center, nobody will create any local government indiscriminately. You talk about minimum wage. I told you before that at a time when they were suggesting 2.5 shillings, Western Region said it was going to pay 5. And it paid 5. But they said they had the resources. But now, through your fraudulent One Nigeria program, you now have a revenue mobilization and allocation nonsense, useless commission, where somebody will sit and be deciding on the salaries that public servants will earn across the country. Somebody who works in Lagos and another person who works in Jigawa. You know, you create local governments. Kano will have 40-something. Jigawa will also have like 20 or 30-something because of allocation. Oyo State has 33 local governments. And the landmass of Oyo State is the whole of Southeast. The five states in the Southeast is one Oyo State. You know? And somebody will now tell you.
Let me get that.
Yes? I said Oyo State, the whole of Southeast, the 5 states in the Southeast, Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Imo, and Enugu. When you bring them together, all of them together, one Oyo State.
It's just Oyo State.
One Oyo State. One Oyo State, my dear. One Oyo State. And they want to create funny people who call themselves senators. They have funny people who call themselves senators. 15 of them in the Southeast collecting constituency allowance and all of this. They have countless number of House of Reps people. Niger State, one Niger State is 5 times Southeast. 5 times Southeast. This is what your One Nigeria thing is bringing. Then you destroy our own education too. We are unable to even admit our own students. We are unable to even decide on our curriculum. We are unable to decide on our curriculum. We have a useless commission you call the National University Commission that is now harmonizing, disciplines to teach the same thing. And ASU is keeping quiet. They talk about salary alone. They all rush for accreditation now. They rushed for accreditation. You know what goes on when they do accreditation? Accreditation, you will tell NUC that you have library, you have all of this. They give you full accreditation. Then 6 months after, you want to go on strike. That those things are no longer present. And nobody has been sent to jail. No VC has been jailed. Vocational training was functional in the Western region, for heaven's sake. Then those who did not pass the Cambridge exams direct, there was an opportunity of a modern school for them. Those who failed, they had the S75 certificate that they were issued, with which they went to trade centers. They became useful. Now, check your budget. Check any state budget. You see provisions for vocational education. They are just stealing this thing routinely. Where are these centers now? They will tell you one senator is a good man because he gives them Indomie. he buys Keke Marwa, he distributes all of these things. Is that empowerment? Is that how to build the capacity of your own children? Is that a senator should legislate? I don't know your business about bridge, about building schools, constituency project. Only now, regions, all the regions are viable if you go back to, because they will use their relative strength. The middle belt, where you call it North Central now, can also stand on its own. You cannot have a region which harbors iron ore, Alaja, Ajaokuta, Obajana with limestones, and you see me talking about poverty. You cannot have a region as blessed as the Southeast. The coal in the Southeast, as at the First Republic, was of better quality than the one in Lancashire in the UK. That's why they came. They didn't come because of our sunshine. I told you about the rubber plantation and the cashew plantation. Every region will sustain its own. Then, of course, achievements in the Western region, legendary. I don't want to recap.
Those who feel that if Nigeria goes back to regional government, it may affect them resource-wise. Now, Dr. Odebowale just assured you that your region is sufficient. And those who believe that they are using the resources from their own region to handle welfare in other regions, and as such, they don't have sufficient. At least they are not satisfied that by the time they return to regional government, they will be self-sufficient again. Their resources will not be going elsewhere. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Odebowale. Do you want to have a parting word just for this episode?
Yes, I thank you. I enjoy this program. I tell you that we must take it very seriously. As the son said, no region is poor. You cannot have that ABBA in a federation and be talking about Japan, be talking about all of these things. Ban importation and see what will happen. So what they do there, but of course you manufacture, shoes in ABBA, you put Italy there. It's a good shoes. You manufacture this, you put all of these things there. It is part of this crass, mercantilism that we have introduced into the system. So we have to, progressively discourage it. Buying and selling is good, but buying and selling cannot develop any place. Buying and selling will destroy local industries. Especially when you bring in finished products that are not produced locally, that you have the capacity to produce. You ban Italian shoes, you see what will happen to the industry in Aba. They are talking Innocent Motors. I don't know, maybe they have shares there. It is not only Innocent Motors. You don't have me to be you can't ask me to go and buy Innocent Motors and you allow other importations to other regions. That is also so right. That is cute. Ban what we have the capacity to produce here and let us suffer it together. You can't pick one and leave another one. You won't bring fabrics here. You go to China to go and do adire against my people at Abeokuta. You bring in adire that these Chinese are bringing to destroy the local industry, the adire industry in Abeokuta. You are pushing them off business. And when they now go, you now turn their shops where my mama will sell Ewedu now. You displace her, you push her away because you have cocaine money. You now go and meet one bastard who says he's a chairman of local government, like they are doing in one fruit market in Lagos. He said you want to build a modern market, a plaza, and you want to sell one for 70 million, 100 million. You are mad. People should challenge this nonsense. Every market in any locality should reflect indigeneity. If others are coming to sell, they must sell, but they cannot displace. Residential areas should go back as residential areas. Mercantilism does not develop any place. It encourages illicit trade, drug, robbery, and what have you. And I'm not speaking against my Ibokidre, but I'm speaking against a phenomenon that everybody is afraid to talk about.